Hello and welcome to Reviews. Now that YouTube is back up, maybe I can get this video up. Um, I just want to start off with, I wanted to get this reviewed last week. Um, as I mentioned in the last video, I had to work late Thursday night. I ended up having to work late several nighs, so um, one thing led to another. But, but, I have some good news. Um, Something I want to mention, there's still the promotion going on. I am still giving away um, the Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Thing figure. I'm still doing that, but I have some good news. As I mentioned in the last video, this was going to be US only. That has changed. It mostly comes from me wanting to be careful with the way the UK and Canadian laws are when it comes to promotions. So, but I looked into it a little bit more. I did my due diligence, which I should have done beforehand. Um, but basically, I have to say it's not sponsored by YouTube. But this is open to not just the US, but to Canada and the UK as well. So all I ask, the only thing is, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, well, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And once you are subscribed, go ahead and leave a comment. What I want to do is I want to hear what you would like to see Perfect World, what figure you'd like to see Walgreens do exclusive of. Wow, I phrase that sentence really badly, but you know what I mean. I mentioned in the last video, I would love to see a Vindicator figure, because basically I want to have an Alpha Flight Wave, but I thought about it over the past few days, and I thought, I also wouldn't mind a Diamondback figure. The old Serpent Society villainess, who dated Captain America for a while under Mark Gruenwald's run. I really liked her in that. Rachel Layton, I think, was her name. So yeah, it's a toss-up now. So yeah. Subscribe if you haven't already, and just leave a comment who you would like to see Walgreens make a figure of. It could be a repaint, or it could be a whole new mold like this. Sky's the limit, perfect world. I just like to hear what your thoughts are. But as I said, this is open to U.S., Canada, and the U.K. So we're going almost worldwide here. Sorry, Australia. It's a little too far away for that. So, but anyway, I want to get that good news out of the way because Avengers number 9. Yeah, I wasn't really in a hurry to do this book. Oh God. Oh, so this is the Submariner. They've kind of New 52 loboed him, kind of did the new Loki thing, made him a little bit more handsome. I don't mind the longer hair. That's actually not bad. That's the rest of his outfit is really dumb. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get into this. As you may remember, in the previous issue, there was that little subplot with the Atlanteans who were crawling up upon the ship, the whaling ship or whatever, and then the crew just automatically blew them away. Never said exactly why they were getting on the ship. I thought maybe they were, I was theorizing that maybe it was not what it looked like, not an attack, but maybe they were going for help and they just got brutally murdered. Yeah, the surface world went above and beyond what they needed to do, but we never did find out why they went up there. So this deals with the fallout of that, and it's stupid. I'm just going to tell you that right now. The book opens with Tiger Shark, an old villain, climbing the side of a cruise ship that his brother-in-law, Stingray, just happens to be vacationing on with his wife. I've always liked Stingray. He's got the more little armored costume here, but I like the classic one. The whole Stingray fin on just what looked like just a regular spandex, even though it was armor, with a little arrow on his face. I liked the character. There was just something about the design that I liked. So they start fighting, and Stingray's telling his brother-in-law how much his wife misses him and trying to talk sense into him when the Submariner, happens to come up. And during this entire book, the Submariner is narrating um, about Atlantis, about himself. And here he's talking about how sharks are born. When sharks are in the womb, they have to eat one another. Blah blah blah. It's written like it's an edgy teen. Let's just take a moment to look at his outfit. I think I mentioned it before, but it's like they took. I actually have a soft spot for Aquaman's '90s look. Um, this looks like it took it and just made it worse. We have even though here it looks kind of like fishnet, but um, with Aquaman it was the little scales. Maybe that's what that's supposed to be, and not fishnet. Um, Mostly bare top, just with armor. Aquaman had the armor on the left side. Namor has the armor on the left side of his leg too, and yeah, longish hair. I don't mind the longish hair, but yeah, this is you cover up his head here, and it just kind of almost looks like a version of Aquaman's suit that he wore in the '90s, and I don't mean that in a good way. So anyway, Aquaman. See, now I'm doing it. The Submariner um, gives them a ultimatum: join him or leave the oceans forever. So Stingray. Oh, by the way, Stingray's getting his armor kind of opened up here. Remember, Stingray is just in a glorified scuba suit. He can't breathe underwater, but apparently that doesn't matter in Marvel. So Stingray glides over to Namor. Oh, Namor, don't tell me you're doing this again. You know the whole Atlantis attacks thing never ends well for your people. True. This is such a lampshade right here. Um, so he's trying to talk some sense into him. Let's talk about this, Your Highness, okay? I'm one of your oldest friends from the surface world. I promise you we can. And then Namor just starts beating the hell out of him. Even Tiger Shark is, appalled by this. So, by the way, this is just armor. Shouldn't the water be seeping in? And unless he has something like right under his mask covering his mouth, he should be drowning. But nope, he can still talk. And Namor says the Lord of Atlantis has no friends from the surface world, not anymore. And Stingray, begs him, please. And nope. Namor says, the man is an invader in my realm, and invaders will no longer be tolerated. The Emperor of the Deep has spoken. War sharks. War sharks. Finish him. And then they kill Stingray. Nice. It's just more unnecessary death. A perfectly fine seedless character. Like I said, I have a soft spot for Stingray, but this is only to show, how edgy Namor has become. Ooh, look at that. This is stupid. They're stupid. You've done this how many times? So, Namor gives Tiger Shark the same ultimatum, and looking out after his own skin, he agrees. But even he's just looking on in shock at, basically his brother-in-law's body. Now, we cut to a few days earlier, where the Avengers are racing through the water. Now, okay, Captain America, he's got his little rebreather mask in here, and, jetpack, underwater pack here. Iron Man has his armor. Ghost Rider may not even need to breathe. I'm not sure. I mean, he's in a car that's on fire under the water, so I'll give him a pass. Maybe there's air in here. Maybe he doesn't need to breathe. Captain Marvel can breathe in space, and Thor is a god. So I thought gods could still drown. But okay, fine. She-Hulk, however, what's going on? Why is she not wearing a mask? How is she breathing underwater? I am reading this book just for She-Hulk. And that's what gets me angrier and angrier. So basically, we start having the fight with the Atlanteans. There's mostly explaining to Robbie who the Atlanteans are, how tough they are, and yeah, what's going on? How big is She-Hulk now? Are they just going to keep making her bigger and bigger? At this point, just get Bruce back in the book. Get Cho in the book, whatever. I forget what he's calling himself in the Champions or the Defenders, whatever stupid book that is, Champions. Um, just put him in. You obviously want a male Hulk in here. Don't keep doing this to She-Hulk. And so, although this part's kind of cool, running down Atlanteans in a flaming car underwater will never not be cool. So, they're still attacking when, didn't this horn have a name? They summon this underwater demon, and I swear Namor has used this horn before. He's called it something, the horn of whatever creature, I don't care, with glowing eyes, who ends up eating Ghost Rider. And as Ghost Rider is driving down its throat, I really thought he was going to exit out the other way. But no, Robbie turns around and says, "Woohoo! Just call me the human habanero." Yeah, this book tries to be funny and tries to be witty, and it's not. It's not funny at all. That's just one of the lines. There's more in here that are just really, really bad. Like over here, where we have, Hulk, Hulk smash fish people. Keep it together, Jennifer. Remember the mental training you've been going through with T'Challa? Jen, Walter, smash. Better. Stop doing this to She-Hulk. Just stop. So, okay, we'll go on here. More dumb lines here. When Tony says, "Anyone hungry for sushi?" "The god of thunder does not eat anything that comes wrapped in weeds of the sea." And when T'Challa's trying to sneak in, he thinks he's tripped an alarm. "You're the Black Panther. Surely you can hack through their tech." "Perhaps if they had any, but instead I stepped on a starfish." Yeah, trying to be funny. They're trying to do these little quips, and they just don't work. It almost sounds like they all should be saying, "Huh? Huh? You get it? Huh? The god of thunder does not eat anything that comes wrapped in the weeds of the sea. Huh? Get it? See? I mean sushi." Yeah, stop it. Alright, let's skip a couple pages here, because it's basically T'Challa and Namor fighting, and not much to see there. King to king, and T'Challa can't talk sense into Namor. Iron Man and Thor go after Submariner together, and he stops them both. So while he has Tony in one hand, Thor's hammer in the other, Captain Marvel just kind of walks up to him, and comes off, after she hits him, and it does nothing. And he basically says, "Every wench under the sea would kill to lay their hands on the bare flesh of Namor. Enjoy the privilege you've been granted, Lady Marvel." "Oh God, you're so gross." And then he headbutts her. By the way, how are all these people talking underwater? Now, I don't mean just Namor, but we get this. "Fish King say no touch?" This is exactly what I've been saying. Name Neptune's beard. What have you done to the pretty Hulk? Hulk touch. Hulk touch a lot. Oh God, that's going to end up on Tumblr. Or even worse, DeviantArt. Even Namor is wondering, I'm on his side now. So, yeah, it does nothing. And, oh, geez. She just keeps getting bigger, doesn't she? And so, Robbie comes up, and Namor just lifts up his car. When Cap finally gets over there, "Namor, stand down." or the next Avenger you face will be me. So Namor gives Cap a couple minutes to talk here. Why didn't they send Cap in first? Make him point. Understand they had to get their way through all the other mooks, but everyone could have said, "Hey, Namor, Cap wants to talk to you." He would have listened to that. So it comes along that Namor wants justice for his people that were killed by the fishing crew in the previous issue. Fair enough. And Cap is asking, just let us take the prisoners, because Namor took the humans that killed his people, took them prisoner, and Steve is just asking to take them back. And when Namor says, "And if I should refuse this request," T'Challa just says, "Don't." God, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. They've got the blob. I'm not even talking about, making her overly masculine. They're just making her fat now. Maybe she's absorbing the water and she's blimping up. Maybe this is water retention, right? That's what this is, right? Again, like I said, put Cho in the book, put Bruce in the book. You obviously want a male Hulk. Stop doing this to Jennifer. Oh, jeez, this is not even, svelte She-Hulk versus more muscular. This is just fat. That's all this is. God, the little white stripe on her uniform is about the width of Black Panther completely. You could fit him in there. He'd be a racing stripe on her. So, anyway, as I hit my phone, we see that Namor's upset because his people, his civilization has been ruined. When the Celestials fell down, yes, they also ruined Atlantis, which is a nice touch. A nice little callback, it's while the rest of the world is recovering, they've been pretty much decimated. But I understand he's a stubborn, prideful person. But Rogers even says that he's been reaching out to help, and Namor has been ignoring it. So yeah, you're not sympathetic. The Avengers offered to help you with everything that's going on, trying to rebuild and rescue your people. And, you've just been refusing. It's like the governor of Florida right now refusing aid, in the wake of Michael. Sorry to be current, but that's as stupid as this is. And, oh my God, maybe those are fishnets. What the? Yeah, I know he used to parade around in just the green swim trunks, but oh dear. That just looks really. I'm just surprised that they did not make those assless. So Namor tells them not to come back, but does give them the humans that killed his people. And when he goes to the ruins, the Atlantean children flee from him. So then we cut over to him looking at his basically underwater kingdom. This is now a few days later. He's looking at a crashed helicarrier and all the garbage in the ocean. Stories that have been done over and over and over. And so we see what happened to the prisoners that the Avengers brought back. Yeah, Namor killed them by flooding their cell. Yeah, a lot of problems with this. For one thing, these are not super powered people. They're just regular humans, even in max security. Why are they just in a glass room with no doors? It's not bars, it's a glass room, hermetically sealed so that air can't, the water can't get out, as you can see here, so that the prisoners can drown. And how. Oh, did anyone tell Aaron that Namor cannot just control water? He had to use some type of animal to get in there and back up the piping and make this one particular toilet overflow. He had to find out who these prisoners, where they were at, and just make this one cell. And it all hinged on the fact that this cell is completely sealed so that they could drown in there. You know, Namor, that's a lot of effort for just these two people. You could have just had, like, I don't know, an eel swim up and electrocute their ass through the toilet. This is still Jason Aaron, isn't it? Yeah, it's still Jason Aaron. You're an idiot. This is stupid. And so all that is just to get to the big reveal of the Defenders of the Deep. Let's see. We have this guy, King I don't care about. Tiger Shark. Fish Dog. This is Don't Startle the Witch. And here is Rotten Corpse Lady. And she looks like Nebula, but I think she may be Namorita. Still don't care. This guy is Crabface McGee. And yeah, I don't care. I don't care about this. This is stupid. This is the same story that's been done over and over. Oh, and next issue, they go back to the original numbering so that they can have Avengers issue number 700 with the surprise new member. Don't tell me it's a Submariner. Don't tell me he's joining the team. Just don't. So yeah, again, more Ironheart. That's stupid. This issue is dumb. We've seen this over and over. Now, granted, there is one neat little thing in here where the Atlantis has been pretty much leveled by the the first host. The first host. I've already forgotten about that storyline. But it was Namor's own stubbornness that that's causes people to die. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to mention. Those children that fled from him. At this scene, he does say that they wandered up onto the land and suffocated on the land, and humans just sat there and laughed as they flopped around on the beach. So yeah, how is that humans' fault? They really could not have done much anyway. In time, the kids, what do they eat in the water that they couldn't get down there? You are surrounded by fish, okay? I mean, you freaking appear with all these sharks swimming around you, and you're telling me your children were still starving? I'm trying to find the part, because as I'm reading this, I'm getting more and more angry at this book and how stupid it is. Yesterday, on the western coast of the United States, a group of Atlantean children emerged from the waves, holding hands, and walked onto a beach. The children were starving, frightened, tired of living in squalor beneath the sea, tired of living amidst the world's great dumping ground. Because Atlantis had failed them, because I'd failed them, they sought salvation in the surface world. They thought the Avengers could save them. But those children died in the sand, choking on the poison air, while the humans stood by and laughed, and watched and laughed at the funny flopping fish. So you're mad that you refused help that caused children to go to the surface where they died. Namor, you're an idiot. I wish you were still in two pieces. Why did they bring you back? Maybe this won't be Namor at all. Maybe this will be some type of clone or something. God, this book is getting worse. This is... if we're going to do this whole Atlantis attacks thing, like even Stingray pointed out that it never works well for his people. If they're doing this story again, at least have more of a reason. You're tying it into the previous story, and because you're a jackass, it's humanity's fault. Just stop it. I know this is in character for Namor, but the problem is this is in character for him 25 years ago. He has grown past that. That is not the character he is now. And I don't know, maybe it is now that he's come back to life, but and this, just look at this as we close. God, She-Bulk over here, stupid book. Hate you. But anyway, on a good. After all that little temper tantrum, don't forget. Subscribe if you have not already. Leave a comment telling me what you would love to see Walgreens do as their next figure, and you have a chance to win this guy. So I will see you next time. Oh, one more thing is I will be announcing the winner this Saturday, which is October 20th, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's October 20th. So on October 20th, Saturday night, when I do the video that night, I will be announcing the winner. So I've already gone almost 26 minutes here. So yeah, I will see you guys next time, and thank you for watching.